47 for the match. And Penn State with the 5 blocks, Wisconsin with the 6, so they've caught up. You see Thompson there, and Thompson gets the first kill of set number 3.
Sticking with the game plan, out of the blocks here in set 3, the fastball to the middle, trying to take advantage of that speed of Dominique Thompson.
Her 5th kill here as she rotates out. And Mori back to serve. Some great defensive plays by her here today. Simone Lee tried to get it through the block, but is denied. Haley Nelson there.
Badgers haven't had much success slowing down Simone Lee. As we said, she did play in the first meeting between these two teams and had a Penn State high 12 kills, hit 265, but on the season, she's played in just under half of the sets, hitting 241.
And there's Haley Washington. A great look at what the freshman middle has been able to do in the time she has played all season long, and I say that because she did miss some time earlier on with an injury, enough so that she's not eligible because of the amount of sets played for National Freshman of the Year.
You have to think she would certainly be a top candidate having been Freshman of the Year in the Big Ten, which has once again proven itself to be one of the very best conferences in this country in the round of 8. 3 of the teams left are from the Big Ten.
Carlini back to serve. She's looking just a little bit coming out of the break. See how she does here in set 3. The over dig. Simone Lee tried to put it down. Mori with some great hustle. And how about Micah Hancock?
Haven't seen a lot of offense from her, but there's a look at how she does it. She does it fast, she does it hard, and that is the same approach that she takes when she's going to set the ball. She steps into it, she jumps with both hands, so she's able to disguise that attack. But for Lauren Carlini, you have to wonder if the time off during the break actually causes that foot to tighten up a little more.
Hancock and more service errors here today. Tip over Nia Grant. Goes Courtney Thomas. Good decision there by the senior.
Doesn't matter if you hit it hard or tip it over the block. It's still a kill at the end of the day. Smart play by Courtney Thomas.
And gets Hancock off the service line again, though not quite the Micah Hancock we have seen. 122 service aces, leads the country in aces per set as well. And Nia Grant denied there again.
Nia Grant here, who's not been flashed this evening. Haley Nelson, a great job of reading that, staying out in front there. Micah across the back row now makes that a much easier read for the middle blocker.
Service error now for Kelly Bates. Split at a set apiece here. Wisconsin took the opening set in this one, 25-22. Penn State took the second set. Carlini down the middle, and Courtney Thomas gets it down.
Playing attacker for the Badgers last year for the first time is that she just didn't have the shots. Well, she certainly does this year. And what they've done is they've tried to create a quicker tempo ball to her to give her better looks. The coach said, I don't know if there's another player in the country who gets the sets she gets, and their hitting efficiency jumped like 150 points from a year ago.
Katie Gavas back to serve. Taken by Bates. Swing out to Chapman. Dug up by Gonzalez. Tight to the net. Anna Whitney gets it to go.
Same swing, same result for Ayana Whitney. Loads and then just brings one right down the line. As you see there, sometimes the blockers line up right, the defender's in the right spot, and here Ayana Whitney just go over the entire defense.
Russ Rose has called Ayana Whitney, Washington, and Nia Grant is three-headed monster this season. You see Chapman denied there by Washington. They'll go back to her again. Over dig, put down by Thompson.
That's a must-have for Wisconsin. Take advantage of any error you can force. A big swing by Chapman, the over dig, and Wisconsin's got to have it. Thompson puts it away.
6 kills for Thompson here today, hitting 200. Back set, and cross court goes Ayana Whitney. She has 8 kills here today to lead the Nittany Lions. She rotates out, Fuller into serve.
This is such a talented and deep Penn State team. Ayana Whitney in her junior season has not had much of a role on this team until this year.
Taking the best of that. Set. Mori there with the dig. Trying to dive for the save. Dominique Gonzalez could not get there in time.
And you know, sometimes Lauren Carlini chooses the back row attack, as you see here, out of choice. That was out of necessity. She's moving back on that foot. She didn't do anything else with that ball except hang it up there. She immediately looked to Thomas and said, thank you.
Even with that injured foot, we have seen her all over the court defensively. The 6 digs. I mean, that says it all right there. You're talking about a player who is in some pain, obviously, who is walking gingerly when she needs to, but boy, when that ball gets across the net, it's life and limb to save it.
It's a gritty performance.
Carlini just to the net of Washington. And Hancock wins it there. This ball coming straight down over the net, gets it over.
strong hands again at the net here from Micah Hancock.
Bates denied. And there's a look at Hancock's father, Michael. We spoke to him, got him in the hotel actually on the way over. He said, hey, how is my daughter really? How is she? He said, hey, she's great. And we've actually, Coach Kelly Sheffield told us she's the face of women's college volleyball. He started to tear up. So proud of his daughter. And he said, look, if we can get past Wisconsin and move forward, we are 12 miles away from Enid, Oklahoma to Oklahoma City for the finals.
Wouldn't it be a storybook ending for the senior to defend her national title that close to home? But isn't a parent always a parent? He said, is she humble?
Absolutely. 4-0 run for Penn State here. A give and go to Bates. Back set Washington on the slide, and Washington down the line. Look at the energy from the freshman. Dynamite.
They set this slide considerably higher. See how high that ball is to Washington? She doesn't have the fast slide of Nia Grant. It's a completely different ball. Micah delivers it so well. She knows the set that each player needs to be successful.
So you have Washington, who is 6'3", and then on the other side, 5'11", Dominique Thompson again. Coach Sheffield said there may not be a middle shorter than her in our league, but she is so quick, tries to beat people to the spot, very good off of 1 foot, quick laterally, and we've seen all of those skills here today. Washington will try again, but that is long. Amy Washington, everything is advertised according to Coach Russ Rose. Says she's such a great kid, always needs a conversation with thank you, Coach. So don't hear that often. Simone Lee tries to get it down.
He also said, when I call her a great kid, you do realize that I'm judging that off of 40 years of experience. He said, I've seen quite a few of them.
Great play here between these two teams. Great rally.
Hard
for the block. Ford diving in. Simone going high, but it's denied. Haley Nelson there.
Carlini bumped set a ball in that long rally that she typically would not. Slow making that movement off the net. She has such great ball control. She still hung it on the outside, but that's a ball that girl's typically using her hands on. She's just not able to right now.
Pretty blue collar. It's what Sheffield caused this team. And then you see the momentum shifter in the service error by Mori. Tied up at 11 apiece here in set 3 after a split in the first 2 sets between these two Big Ten foes. Down goes Haley Nelson.
And when a player has a one-on-one look like this, the setter's doing something right. She came off the net. Nia Grant thought there's no chance she's going back. She still is able to get that ball on the slide.
Nelson in negative numbers yesterday as Hancock tries to go over on 2. And they're going to say there was a touch. And everybody from Wisconsin coming over to talk to our up official, Patsy Malta, about that one. And the look on Sheffield's face does it all.
I believe it was the line judge on the Penn State side of the net that calls that touch. And the up official goes with the line judge here. She has the authority to overrule him. Wisconsin can't believe it.
So there was a touch by Carlini. And you're hearing Wisconsin fans not happy about that call at all. Hancock with that serve. Simone Lee got it through the block. Dug it by Carlini. Lee will try again, and it's denied again.
Haley Nelson, not on her A game last night, but I'll tell you what, she is bringing it to the court here today. Coach, you know, he was honest. He said she is not super fast side to side. She doesn't jump real high. She just works.
Nia Grant now. Side out in point for the Nittany Lions. 4 blocks for Wisconsin in this set alone to Penn State's 2. Wisconsin, 273 for the set to Penn State's 136. That's an ace. Kendall Pierce, the junior.
Right at Kelly Bates, who did not play all 6 rotations early in the season. They eased her into this role. Coach said we knew when we let her stay on the court and pass, teams were going to attack.
Went right back to her again there. Megan Courtney off the block. Back set.
Looks like a net violation on Penn State. Great job by Courtney Thomas, swinging away.
Mori and Nelson rotate out for Wisconsin. Katie Tabas back to serve here for the Badgers. Megan Courtney, all kept alive. Over the block this time. Carlini the push, over by Thomas. Ayana Whitney off the fingertips for the Badgers and out. Point goes to the Nittany Lions, a very tight set 3 here Penn State up by 1. In the case here today.
Coming out of that timeout, I noticed Lauren Carlini did not sit down. We talked about keeping that foot warm. She moved around the entire time.
Set by Grant to Whitney. Give and go back to Ayanna Whitney. And no, they're going to say it was wide.
Looking for a touch. There was just a little hesitation before Kelly Bates stepped in to bump set that ball up to the net. And when that happened, they just didn't get the look that they needed there. Chapman swinging away.
2-1 advantage for Penn State here in set 3. Back set, the antenna. What will go to Penn State?
Another good look at Carlini moving on that left foot just ever so gingerly as she moves, and she puts in miles at the setting position. The court may be small, but she goes from serve receive to the net, back and forth.
5-1 run for Penn State. Ends it there. That last shot of Carlini was very good and indicative of what we're actually seeing in the entire match is she's just not putting a lot of weight on it when she doesn't have to.
Amazingly, I can't say that her performance has faltered much.
No.
Wow.
She's just a sophomore. Again, Big Ten Setter of the Year, Big Ten Player of the Year. And Washington, off the block, out of bounds, but what a matchup. Thompson versus Washington, 5'11" versus 6'3".
Completely different styles out of the middle. What a fun matchup to watch.
So back to Thompson, who got it perfectly through the Penn State block.
Thanks to that delivery of Carlini going down low off the net. Look at this. They are firing it to the right antenna to get ahead of that Haley Washington block.
Jevin the serve now. Megan Courtney will take the set, and she goes wide.
Going for a pretty fierce angle there, and the scary thing is I think she can actually hit that angle at times. That's just how good Megan Courtney is.
She has 3 kills and 3 attack arrows here today. Got to Washington, just tipped it over the block. Digging deep into the bag of tricks. You usually see her go full force and paint that back line, not this time.
Well, and, credit the freshman for staying with that play. The pass is almost into the right antenna. Mikey Hancock backing up, and Haley doesn't bail out. She's in the air, available to her setter.
Goes down for Kelly Bates. She goes deep.
Now it's Penn State's turn to groan. They don't like this call. Kelly Bates comes flying in. The ref official says she gets a piece of the corner.
Simone Lee off the block. Picked up by Demi Morales. Hancock, give and go to Lee. And it's just in. A little bit of spin on the ball, and it stayed in bounds.
And again, in that long rally, you saw Lauren Carlini bump set a ball. Here you see she jumps, lands on one foot. This is a play that typically, she may, full speed, she may land and turn and play that ball.
Over on 2 goes Carlini. And that's something she can do even on a bum foot, Missy.
Just when you think she's down, here she comes. Don't count this girl out. What a gutsy performance. Goes up and throws one at Penn State's defense.
Lee, she goes long. Said not quite fair. I think she wanted it. Lee with the 7 kills, 4 hitting errors here today, and a timeout call. We are tied up at 20 apiece here, and what has been a very close set 3 between Penn State and Wisconsin for a trip to the national semifinals.
For a team, it's going to be 250 maybe and above. Definitely these teams are capable of numbers much higher than that. Penn State leads the nation with a 355 hitting efficiency on the season.
Last point was Wisconsin's first off Carlini serve today. Simone denied. Fuller could not get there in time.
That's all effort on the part of Courtney Thomas out here on the right side. She's on a wide base here, not really in position to make this block. Look at her reach back in. Not giving up on a single play here.
Hancock dug up by Demi Morales.
One of the few errors we've seen from Lauren Carlini in an attempt to really shoot one to the outside, where Kelly Bates can come flying in. But what a great dig by Demi Morales, one of the players on this team who's seen a role change in terms of less me and more we. In the national final game a year ago, Demi Morales actually led Wisconsin in kills with 15. She's not even in an attacking role here today.
She was an outside hitter then, on DS. And finally, the first ace of the afternoon for the leader in the country in that category. And there's our dad, Michael, looking on. Think he's a bit nervous here? It's been very close here in set number 3 as we get a timeout from Coach Sheffield to talk about it. One ready to just go blow for blow against the other.
You'd never know that Wisconsin was in a 5-set battle last night. Physically, they don't look tired. And I'll tell you what, maybe more so than the physical side of it is the emotional drain last night had to be on this Wisconsin team. They were 2 points away there in set 4 from their season ending.
Now I know Whitney there winning that battle at the net against Haley Nelson. Hancock remains at the service line. Penn State up 23-21, set 3. Another ace. 2 aces, making up for the 4 errors from earlier in the day.
Micah Hancock finding her groove. It's taken longer than she'd like, but the aces are starting to roll.
Sheffield now, another timeout, trying to figure out how to get her off the service line. A 4-0 run for the Nittany Lions, and at a set point. Hancock, again, the 4 errors here today, but getting it going late for the Nittany Lions at the service line.
And she's managing this offense so well, delivering not just a hittable ball here, these are killable balls every time. A little offense of her own, the tip, the attack, and guess who likes it the most? Dad celebrates. Athletic middles. I mean, today's matches are they're just really going to be some great college volleyball.
Set point for Penn State. Service error, number 5 for Hancock. She would love to have delivered that final blow for the set here. Back to serve for the Badgers. Kelly Bates. Still set point for the Nittany Lions. Anna Whitney. Got up by Bates. Push it up, Chapman over the block. Set, Whitney over the block. Picked up by Bates. Back set, soft touch, and down it goes! Simone again!